I'll steam up one of my favourite models. It's been sat there for a couple of months. It needs another run. So I thought I'd do a video. This goes in there. It's got a bit oily since I last used it. Well, it needs a clean. Needs a clean. But it needs to run more. So let's give it a go. This is the one where the brand new steam gauge, pressure gauge don't work. Trying to work that out. I've still got to do the water level. These are the two taps. I've been putting what have I put it? I've been putting this on. Specialist penetrant, just to try and ease them off. But it hasn't eased them off so far. I don't want to break them. So I'm going to keep going with it. And I've made up this. I made up that, but it's too thick. So I'm just going to put it back in a milling machine and just trim that right back down there, so it's shallower. And then this was just a trial one over alley. Then I'll do a brass one, and then that's where your glass goes in there. It's the right size, but it's a bit too deep. And I'll make one out of alley. And then once I've done that, not alley, brass. And then that'll be more or less like it was original then. And then I've just got to get some glass. I've had some success bending glass, but not a lot. Not always, because sometimes it kinks. And I'm trying to find a way of it not kinking. But yeah, because I'm never going to be able to buy a new one. Yeah, some of the taps. The whistle works all right. This one works all right. This one works all right. But everything else down here is all seized. So, but this, I tell you what, when this is going, it's one of the most pleasing to look at, because of that water pump. It's one of the most pleasing to look at, all that movement. So we'll give it a go and see. Let's get some temperature up. I mean, it's pretty good condition, really. I've still got to get. I've got to get one of them weights that are round with a slot in it. Not a slot, yeah, sort of a rectangle hole goes all the way through, and then it sits on here, and they have little grub screw on the side to position it. I just can't find one. So I have to, every time I steam it up, I have to borrow a weight off of one of my other engines. Put a little bit of oil in it. I suppose I'm a bit oily, but I still like to put a bit of oil. I like this machine. Another one. They all seem to be 100 years old. Yeah, they all seem to be that sort of age. I think the valve's closed at the moment. Let some pressure build up. I can hear it. I don't think it'll be long. I don't know if you lot, most of your English guys will know who this guy is. But he was on the TV years ago. He was a steam engine steam traction, anything to do with steam. He was a steam fanatic, and they've made this little model of him, and his name was Fred Dibner, and he was I think his original trade was a steeplejack. So the big tall chimneys, brick built chimneys from the old workhouses, his job was to take them down, and what he used to do was tie a ladder around the chimney, then tie another ladder around the chimney, and these chimneys were, you know, hundreds of feet tall. He would go right up there on his own, no safety equipment, with a ladder tied onto a ladder tied onto a ladder, and brick by brick he would take these chimneys down, because collapsing them, there's too many properties around. So he used to take them down brick by brick until he got until the chimney's demolished. And he became famous in the UK for his love of steam engines and that. And you know, obviously he passed away some time ago now, but he's still you know, remembered fondly by a lot of people in the UK. Oh, you might have seen him on. You might see. If you type in Fred Dibner on YouTube, there are videos of him climbing up these big towers. And we've got a bit. Looks like we've got some action. There we go. One of my favourites, this is. Yeah, definitely one of my favourites, this is. Look at that action. Look at that. I mean, you can imagine these guys, you know, 100 years ago, full size, with a big belt going down to power some factory machinery or farm machinery, and these beautiful replicas, fantastic. What about that? I love it. Even sounds like a steam engine. Very pleasing to watch. Very pleasing to watch. I mean, even my friends who are not into steam engines, I've seen, like, sometimes I put a little clip, just a 20-second clip on my Facebook group, and even the friends who are not into steam engines appreciate this particular machine. They don't seem to be so bothered about the other ones, but this one, they do like it. Look at that. It's beautiful. What a lovely machine. Always runs lovely. I'd like one of the bigger ones. I've seen the big dolls, and they're like a third bigger than this, with 2 flywheels, and that's I'd like to get one of them this year. But this has got everything. It's got I still need to do. I've got so many projects. I do a little bit on each one and don't finish it, and then come back to it. This one still needs the handles sorting out. I think they have a little pipe with a little flat, little bell top on the tops as the exhaust. Obviously they haven't got that, but some of them don't have this handle, so I'm not sure. If I shut that handle, it stops, and yeah, that's the regulator, so I'm not entirely sure what that's for, because some of them don't have it at all. But yeah, look at that. Hey, isn't that good? I love it. I think it's great. I wish I'd had the original burner, because the original burner sits in there. It's like, and it covers up the entrance. Looks really nice. But a lovely machine, lovely machine. It's clean. Yeah, see how slow I can get it. Do you know I couldn't even get this running on air at the beginning? And all it was just everything was so dirty. I just oiled it, cleaned it, oiled it, cleaned it, and yeah, that's all I did. And then I got it running. But yeah, what a lovely machine. I would like the big. This is one of the biggest ones. I think this. Yeah, I think this is one of the bigger ones. It comes with the pump, but I do know that the Dole and probably Marklin being. I don't know them all, but I know for a fact that Doles have a massive, great boiler house at sort of an angle. They're huge. They have 2 flywheels, all sorts of bells and whistles, literally, on this end. Anyway, just I got home from work early today, so I've done a couple of videos on different machines. I've had a bit of a steam up. Anyway, that's it for tonight. There you go. Cheers.